My name is Robin Coenen. I'm an information designer in Berlin. I'm both working in academia. I'm a research and teaching associate in the class for information design at the University of Arts in Berlin. And on the same time, I'm the co-founder of Visual Intelligence. Visual Intelligence is an information design studio, which I co-founded together with sociologist and designer Daniel Rosales. I was invited by Hadad Kaiser, head of Masters in Visual Communication. And I think Hadad had a very visionary idea, which is to bridge design and research. It is visionary in a sense that our field of expertise, or our domain of expertise, is in the last years, 3, 4, 5 years, with the evolution of large language models, or so-called AI, rapidly changing. And I think it will even change more. And within these changes, information design could be a very interesting profession because it bridges naturally research and design. And that's what we actually did here, or what we are actually doing here in a 3-day workshop, teaching young design students that design could be at the same time a way to communicate knowledge, but also to generate new knowledge. I was surprised how fastly the students are kind of getting into the topic, because we are working with complexity, right? Our questions, what we are doing here is, how can we make complexity accessible? How can we allow huge data sets to be accessible, to be read, to be understood? AI will lead into huge changes in our profession economically. What cannot be replaced, though, I think, is when you really look at complex topics, big data sets, etc., and how you can make knowledge out of it. Of course, AI will be a tool in this process, but there will be still human decision-making and even design steps in between in order to make this understandable and accessible, not for machines, but for humans. That's the power of information design. Information design, in my perspective, is a cultural technique. The design history, in Germany at least, starts around industrialization, but I think it leads way, way more back, especially information design. When you look at all these drawings in the caves, I don't see them as art, I actually see them as manuals. We are using information design as a cultural technique in order to make complexity accessible, in order to allow to orient ourselves in the world, in order to allow communication between different groups of people, different situations. And I think that's a very important profession which will not be replaced by artificial intelligence so soon. What I find very interesting here in Jerusalem, and especially at the academy here in Bezalel, is that there are these opportunities to actually meet in this group, to bring different researchers together, which is a very, very rare opportunity. I'm very sure what we are doing here as a 3-day workshop will actually grow in the next years here at Bezalel and in Jerusalem. I think what we are also tackling here in this workshop is cutting edge, in the sense that we are tackling questions which are very urgent at this very moment. The title of this workshop is A Group of People Standing, and it actually came out of research from Professor Anat Ben-David, which looked at how there is a certain kind of feedback loop between the so-called algorithmic vision and us as humans in between. I think information design or visualization has a specific power. It's not only the power of aesthetic, which allows people to kind of engage with a topic, but it's also the power of making something accessible and readable. And I think what we are doing here is not only kind of communicating these phenomena emerging with AI, but also kind of maybe contesting it, or finding different ways how to deal with it, or even hijacking it. There is no better place, I think, to think about these different ways than with creative minds.